Hey friend, welcome. This is Jamie and Soulvine. We're checking in for our wonderful Pisces sun, moon and rising. Will be the most dominant energies here. But let's see what's going on. We do have Mercury in retrograde right now, Pisces, up until March 20th. So pay attention to where Pisces is in terms of what house in your chart. Obviously rising, it'll be your first house, which will be a lot more about your identity. But yeah, check in, have a look what house it relates to. Right now, you know, if you are a Pisces rising, for example, you could be wanting to charge ahead with some form of news, some form of communication, how you feel about something, how you want to connect to something, who you want to be around something, you know, because it's first house is a lot how people also see you, but it's, you know, who you feel sometimes you need to be, right, to achieve certain goals and aspirations. But yeah, check in, see what it represents for you. But let's get you some guidance as we're connecting to the weekend. So current energies are showing up. We do have the 9 of Wands and 6 of Cups. Let's see what's crossing this. Okay, we've got a lot of cards that have popped out. I'm just going to take this as a challenge position. I will look at that in a moment. Let's see what is influencing right now. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. The past impacting you presently. We've got the King of Swords and something else showing up here. Let me just move these down a tad. Let's have a look at your headspace. We've got the 9 of Pentacles and Empress. Wow, that's powerful. What's coming up soon here, Pisces? What do we need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. The Moon and the Sun. Your power. 10 of Cups. What's going on around you? 3 of Swords and 3 of Wands. Hopes and fears, King of Cups, and potential outcome. Okay, Pisces, let's jump in. First up, you know, there is some dynamic going on with the masculine and feminine right now. That's what I feel is happening. But also could be that something's coming out that may be hidden or may not be expressed, and something's coming to light. But let's look at where we are right now and kind of where this is flowing to. Because the 9 of Wands and the 6 of Cups in your current energy is something that you're either fed up with. Maybe there's a constant cycle of, you know, trying to make something work here. 6 of Cups is a lot around our emotional, you know, around our emotional connection, but wanting to be at a place of balance and harmony, but there's these memories coming up. There's these memories getting connected to what we once knew. And I feel like, and again, you know, they do say retrograde can instill some things from the past that we're connecting to and working through, or people, you know, revisiting situations. So this could be the case right now, but I feel like there's a little bit of fed up energy around something constantly trying to make an effort towards. So let's see what's challenging this. You do have the Lovers card. Yeah, look at this, guys, which is kind of showing the theme. We have the Lovers energy showing up here, okay? So there is something about a connection or about some place where you feel when you're connected to it, it feels like home, it feels balanced, but it also, I feel like there's this come to Jesus moment right now that it's like, if we're investing here, let's invest, but somewhere along the line or something, and this could be what's happened in the past, there's something here that you can't let go of around some form of betrayal or some form of deceit around something. and there's like this question mark, should you continue to invest? Because you can't let go what you know. There's something here that you just really believe in, you can't let go. I guess a part of the question is, and we'll get to it in a moment, where is this coming from? Where is this energy coming from? What is this knowing or reflection that is happening here? Because it's like, do I want to invest here? Is this where, look, and you're looking at this Seven of Swords energy. This Seven of Pentacles looking at this Seven of Swords, and this intuitive energy, this Piscean energy, this High Priestess energy is looking at what's the play, because you can't let something go. And this is the challenge, and what could be constantly cycling here, okay? Because in the influence is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is destiny, this is karma. So if you do have someone coming back from your past, Pisces, so let's take a peek at this. This is a King of Swords and a Page of Cups. You may have an energy that you dealt with who is a King of Swords energy, so Gemini, Aquarius and Libran energy that wants to come in and, you know, show some interest here. Could be the potential around this. But it seems to be something or someone that has, I feel, deceived you at some point. And maybe this is what's showing up in your current energy, and a battle that is happening in your current life. Even though this person, this energy is not exactly in it, there could be the memory, the body memory, the mental energy and the emotional energy that is kind of revisiting. And maybe this is, you know, again, some form of reflection on where to put your time and energy around something. And someone could be reaching out to go, hey, are you single? Hey, are you, like, where are you at? Are you connected in relationship? Are you on your own? But I feel like this is also something you're thinking about, where you want to be right now, Pisces, you know, single, independent, free, or connected, strong, interdependent, in partnership. But it seems like there's some new beginning here that you want to connect into. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be alone. Sometimes there's this element of looking after self and focusing on what the self wants. But for some of you, there is this rock solid element of how you show up to this situation and whether you want to, again, build, create there. And I feel like there is going to be subject and different to each of you, but it seems like there's something or someone here that you're really looking at. Where is your time and energy most appreciated, most valued, and what gives you this strength in knowing that you are in the right place, right? You don't want to doubt it. And I feel like this is kind of what this whole reflection is right now. But something from your past, or someone from your past, or a situation from your past, there could be someone coming in to express, to suss out, where are you at, what are you doing, is what it feels like. And I can see here, if there has been some emotions hidden, if there has been something held back, if intuitively you've been knowing something, it's coming to light, Pisces, okay? This is not going to sit still. This is not going to stay hidden. It's coming out in the open with this energy. But this is also the masculine, feminine connecting as well, the moon and the sun, the Pisces and the Leo. I don't know if you're connected to a Leo, but that's a strong energy there. That's also Cancerian energy, something around the home front. Because your power is your Ten of Cups, baby. Your Ten of Cups is where the magic happens. The Ten of Cups is when you show up in that energy, that's where you're most supported. So keep leaning into this Ten of Cups and what it means for you, you know, where you feel happy, free, connected, loved, supported, because that's your happy place. But right now there seems to be a bit of a reflection of some hurt and direction, some loss, some disappointment and direction. You know, what's next? Maybe someone that did hurt you, if it's around the home front, you know, maybe there's a little bit of, maybe there's some child energy here. Maybe, you know, someone younger than you that you're a little questionable about their intentions or their direction, you know, what role you play in their life. Again, it just seems like there's been some letdown here that you're going, okay, what's the next step? What should I be doing next? Because there is some hurt here that's definitely identified or that's come out. But you're also in a good place, but there could be just something in the mental front that's happening here. But your hopes and fears is love, is connection, is that emotionally everyone is happy, safe and sound, you know, and the way that this is being acknowledged or connected to or treated also shows up in this energy is what their strong desire is. Because looking at the outcome here, you've got the Six of Pentacles. And as we know, the Six of Pentacles is about giving, is about also making sure that there is this reciprocation on what you're giving, and remembering to give to self and coming into a place of feeling like you're not broken down to a point that you're just being stripped of your energy. This is about people actually coming to the party and playing and supporting this wholeheartedly, but energetically, where the actions, the groundedness in it is, you know, is just at a place of balance. And I feel like this is what's coming up quite strongly for you right now. I do want to get a little bit more on this energy. I'm just seeing what deck wants to come through with this. Is there another? There must be another one somewhere, because it wants me to it's asking me to reach out to something. Maybe it's this one. Let's just get a little bit more on this moon and sun energy and what this is about, shall we? If you're new here or have been here for a while and haven't liked or subscribed, I really appreciate it. If you feel called to do that, it helps support the channel and lets other Pisces and those interested in Pisces know as well, and allows you to get the messages and connect into the energy for each other. But in addition to that, Pisces, if you are in midlife and looking for some, you know, relevant writings and musings, some funny, some, you know, shit that happens, and okay, want to be connected and heard, there is a link below. I do have a Substack column there that you can check out. There's no cost to have a peek, so that's something I've released in the last week. Just a little bit of a pivot for self, I think, which seems right on time for my personal birth chart. So that's, yeah, quite interesting. All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so there's something in question here with this Seven of Emotions energy, with this moon energy. Share more on this moon energy. Thank you, Spirit. More on this moon energy. Okay, so something about this Queen of Cups. Funny that that is your energy, and something in question here. Is it in question about how you feel? Is it in question? I mean, these are all cups energy. This is all water energy. And the moon really has a lot of control when it's in motion, when it's in play, how the water energy shows up, right? As we know, the moon has a lot to do with tides, the ebb and flow of the water. So there's something here about that maybe you're recognizing in yourself or about a situation. Share a little bit more about this feminine energy. Thank you. The Three of Pentacles. What do we need to know about this Three of Pentacles, please, Spirit? Okay. So someone is considering walking away from something here. So some of you could be looking at moving on, going on your own. Let's have a look at this sun energy. And this could be from what you learn, what you uncover. What do we need to know about this sun energy? Seven of Materials, Nine of Emotions. Someone's definitely invested here. The masculine is showing that they're invested and that they care and that they're pretty content. But I feel this could also be, if this is wholly about you and you're not in partnership or looking at some form of partnership, whether work, change of work, this is about your own journey right now. And, you know, where you should put your time and energy is about what makes you happy, what sets your soul on fire, and where's your, like, where does your internal compass go? This is where I want to be, because Spirit's saying that's where you should invest, because that's what will make you happy. Is there anything else we need to know about this energy? Okay, you've got your intuition cards coming out pretty hard and strong here, Pisces. What do we need to know about this High Priestess? Because this is your energy and you're being asked to pay attention. Okay, what is keeping you feeling stuck right now? What is stressing you out? What do we need to know? Got the Five of Materials and the 7 of inspiration. So these are very darker cards, as you can see. So there's something under the layers, I feel, Pisces, that you could be holding back right now, or that you're feeling a bit stuck and not sure how to deal with it. Maybe it's something to do with your finances, or it's about where you're not putting your energy, or where you feel the energy is not being given and you're feeling somewhat blocked or trying to block it out. But what's the advice here? Thank you. Knight of inspiration. Okay. Look, I feel like there's a couple of different messages. Some of you are trying to block out or not pay attention to some energy around a third party. There's something about a third party energy. We see it over here, and I'm seeing it here again. And we've got a lot of 3s going on. So a couple of things, because that's not always the case. And I'm not going to say it's always the case. But in saying that, if that's something that needs to be revealed, it's going to be revealed to you sooner or later, Pisces. This is not going to be hidden anymore. So whether you're in a third party or someone else is in a third party, you're going to find out or learn about it. The other thing, for some of you, probably more majority of you versus the other scenario, is that where there is a situation here about feeling stuck on whether to give to something, I feel like something's being blocked right now, or you're blocking something about taking action and moving forward with it because you're a bit challenged around something. You know, I don't know if that's on a mental note or trying to figure out how to do something, but instead of you kind of like sitting still in it. And I feel like Spirit's asking you, giddy up. Who do you need to connect to? Who do you need to meet with? Who do you need to have some fun with? Or go have some fun here and take a chance on something. Like challenge your energy and go play, go explore. The Knight of Inspiration is finding something that gets your attention. But then you get to choose what you do with that afterwards. And it seems like there is something here of interest that does get you moving, does get you going. Perhaps, getting you connected to people, feeling excited about an opportunity, and to really dive into this, okay? To really dive into this. It just seems like there's some other thought process that you do need to walk away from, because if I come back here and have a look at some form of feeling, there is some thinking here about needing to walk away from a certain foundation that someone has created on a mental front or has somehow connected to. And I feel like this is more, I do feel it's something you can't ignore. But in saying what you can't ignore, Pisces, where is this energy coming from? Because there is something here that you can't let go of that seems to be related to the past, around a connection that hasn't been honest or truthful. And again, where should you be investing? So I feel like there's a little bit here that there's something here you've got to let go of, and just and choosing a direction. But I do understand here, especially if your nervous system, or you've been in a scenario where someone has let you down before, where someone, there seems to be an air energy or a situation around someone who was quite intelligent, quite intellectual, very, like they like to talk a lot, right? This person, I feel like they expressed interest or showed interest, but I do feel that this energy is coming in back to express interest or show interest, or their energy or what happened to you around this person and situation is kind of revisiting. Okay, and I think you don't know if to trust it, but there's also some situation you can't let go of what they initially have done or did to you. But it's showing up in your life today for some reason, even though if it's not been around. I feel like there is some karmic events or some experience here. Let's just get a little bit more. I know I'm going and keeping on going, but I would like to do that here, Pisces. I don't know why. Just 1 second. Okay. So let's just get a little bit deeper on this energy. Let's get a little bit more on this Wheel of Fortune and what we need to know influencing this. The Magician. So this totally wiped out the Ten of Cups. So there's something about your manifestations or something that you're wanting to do that I feel like Spirit's letting you know what you're thinking about manifests. So just be mindful of that. But there's also some karmic energy showing up here for you around a connection. Is there anything that we need to see that we can't see? Knight of Cups. So someone, again, this could be present or could be related past to present. And what I mean by that is something or someone coming back in. But I feel like here, what you've been thinking about or what you've been, you know, considering in terms of choices and direction, I feel like there's something pretty wonderful coming in, okay? Especially with this Knight of Cups energy. There's either someone coming in that maybe you didn't expect to hear from, and it's allowing you to close actually some door, because this is a Wheel of Fortune energy. So there's something closing where something wonderful is opening, setting you on path. Some of you, I do wonder if could be getting engaged or, you know, tying up. Yeah. We've got a Justice energy. So I do feel here that someone, you know, wants to make things right. What else do we need to know about this Justice energy? Yeah. Someone definitely, I think, has been thinking about their actions. There's someone here that can't let you go, or is really reflecting on the decisions and the choices that they've been making, okay? That's really showing up here. Now let's get a little bit more on this Three of Swords. I know I'm jumping around, but I'm just going where Spirit's asking me to go. Yep. So I feel, you know, whatever's disappointed you at some point in time here, Pisces, you've got the Strength energy, the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Swords. This is letting us know the direction now is you've maintained some sense of control and some sense of, I think you've blocked someone out completely. You've cut ties completely. For majority of you, or it has been for some time, but that's been how you've healed. And I actually commend people who can strongly do that, right? And it's not giving someone the silent treatment. There's two very different things. I think there's a difference on someone who has betrayed you and deeply, deeply hurt you, you know, where the best thing for you is to go, you know what, this person has just done a number on me, and you know, you don't want to beg why did you do this, why did you do that, even though you might have all these questions. Sometimes no contact is the best thing for you to get up and move on, knowing that there is, you know, there's no desire or no reason for repair, but it's still, that can be a very hard grieving journey. I've been through it and I understand that. But there's a difference between a silent treatment because someone's chucking a tantrum or is not getting their way and they're using it as a sense of control. No, I'm talking about someone choosing to move on and to cut off ties with a situation that has been, you know, pretty brutal. And I feel like you're healing and working through this, Pisces, as part of it. And you're really at a beautiful direction now of where you want to go. Okay. And I feel like, you know, you're in definitely a better place. Perhaps you're looking at and re-identifying, you know, where you want to be. But I feel like you've had a few reinventions in the last couple of years, and again, it's kind of coming up again. In terms of the Six of Pentacles and where this is all going, yeah, look at this. There's definitely been healing going on. Timing's been a key factor, but you've got the Ace of Swords, the Temperance, and the Two of Cups. So whatever needs to come into union now, or what's meant to show up, is going to show up for you. I do feel like, you know, there is this clarity, and things that have been challenging perhaps a dynamic right now, or challenging you as a person, your masculine, feminine energy, or a relationship, in what direction to go. I feel like things are going to become clear to you. I feel like there's going to be some harmony or reaching out and reconnection. If it's been a relationship that has real significance for you, maybe it's got to do with some family or something, or someone like a really old dear friend where there has been a little bit of a challenging element to that connection. I feel like someone, you know, just wants to make things right. But again, you've got to choose whether you're going to show up a bit open, you know, compassionate, gentle. But I am seeing that there is something here around a dynamic that wants depth, that wants, you know, that really cares. So, you know, someone can't let something go. I can definitely see that, but I do sense that there's also some form of past, you know, betrayal and experience that's kind of revisiting a little bit. And it could be more on an internal emotional front, or it could be someone out of the blue that kind of says, hey, I'm really sorry, you know. So let's see where this goes. I'm definitely interested. Thanks, Pisces, for being here. Again, if you feel connected, like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will catch you next time. Bye now.